Okay, our next series is ready. The Cats against RossPierrDoll. So, guys, this is the winner bracket semifinal. The second one, actually, and we're starting with Battlefield of the Eternity. It's the first qualifier for the Banshee Cup. $2,500 of prize money are on the line for the tournament. Now, we don't have crazy draft rules, but one rule that we still keep is that you can only play a hero once within a series. One time. Simply make sure that we're not seeing the same hero every single game and it gets just like boring as hell. So that's the only rule that we have. There's not going to be any pre-bans. We're not going to go down the full meta madness path. So neither in the qualifiers nor the playoffs nor the finals are we're going to have pre-bans. We have a bit of a twist that we came up with this time for the playoffs. I'm just going to tease you here a bit that we have something special coming up once that we are heading into the playoffs, because I'm not going to tell you just yet what it's going to be, but it's going to be fun. So we had some new ideas and we're going to try them out here. With this, we have the first qualifier. The usual rules obviously apply. We have 6 qualifiers in total. Everyone can sign up, by the way. So if you're interested in signing up for any of the qualifiers with a couple of teammates, you just want to play against some of the teams here and have some fun, then you can definitely do that. The easiest way to catch this, if you're on Reddit, the Heroes of the Storm Reddit, we normally post for every qualifier a thread there, but you can also make your life a bit easier. Follow me on Twitter or X or on Discord. The links are all in the description of the video if you're watching this on YouTube, for example. So we announce it on Discord and Twitter, it's on Reddit, and yeah, you can simply sign up for the tournament then and play with a couple of friends there if you want to do that. And again, have also a chance to make it into the playoffs. The more tournaments you play in, the more points you can accumulate. The farther in a tournament you go, the better. And then at the end, the teams that are on the top of the leaderboard will make it into the playoffs themselves. Li Ming as a first pick, as we're going for Battlefield of Eternity. Vala banned, again, one of the best heroes if you're trying to chunk down the immortal hit points of the opponent's team. And Li Ming is really good for a lot of these team fights, so she's usually someone that we are seeing here as well. At least if Vala, Genji and Hanzo are banned. Those are obviously a little bit strong, at least when we're talking about Hanzo and Vala. Those would be the top 2. Blaze and Chromie. Okay, so yeah, we're getting a lot of Blaze lately again. I talked about this in one of the other matches, but it's really amusing to me because I casted Meta Madness for, I believe, nearly 2 months now. And we have so many pre-banned heroes, or we had so many pre-banned heroes in this tournament, that there's a lot of heroes that I just haven't seen for ages. So even a Brightwing pick is all of a sudden exciting. Brightwing and Diablo are taken. It's kind of amusing. It really just shows that Meta Madness not only shakes things up and makes things interesting, but even then coming back from it is oftentimes very entertaining and pretty cool. So, yeah. But alright, now we have the next few bans coming in, the final ones. Sergeant Hammer has seen a lot of play in the tournament. And damn, the one thing that we're not getting here is my camera zipping out completely. Look at that. Okay. So, I actually struggled with that camera cable. Okay, then we're gonna take it off for the duration of this draft, but yeah, I'm gonna get that back in later. I honestly can't wait to set up a bit of a new studio here. There's a couple of things I really have to improve, and this is definitely one of them. That camera has been struggling with the power source for a while now, and I can't really figure out why, because it shouldn't. I think something is a bit broken there. Time for a replacement, I suppose. But yeah, back to the draft. I was talking about Sergeant Hammer, and Sergeant Hammer has been played a lot in the Banshee Cup qualifier. We've seen her in every single series thus far, and I believe in every single one of them she was actually picked on the first map if she was available. So it doesn't really come as a shock that she gets banned here. We have Garrosh and Rhaegar. I would say that the Cats are still a bit of a favorite here, but the Polish team, of course, had some crazy showings. And a lot of the Polish teams have a pretty cool style here. I mean, we have multiple ones signing up for most of these tournaments, so it's fairly fun. And now that we're getting our next double pick, the final one on Battlefield, we also get a bit of an idea of what the Cats are now going to do. Herath and Soaking on the side lane. Chen! It is Panda time! Chen is in the house and we get Tracer again. A lot of Tracer games today. Leaves us with the final pick for the red team, RossPierrDoll on Battlefield of Eternity, locking in another damage dealer, I would assume. Either melee, I mean, they could go for a triple front line easily, give Chromie a little bit more space to work with, but you could also just go for another range damage dealer if you're trying to poke against the Immortal. And, well, they go for Suljin. Nice. Love a good Suljin game. That's one of the things I loved about Meta Madness, that we have so much Suljin, but now we even get him in a normal setup here at the Banshee Cup. Awesome. RossPierrDoll against the Cats, everybody. Game number 1. The Cats on the left, led by Drakia, aka Dark Druida. Playing Tracer, we got Deviant on Brightwing, Herath on Diablo, Soaking is playing Chen, and Captain Rex on Liming. On the right side of the map, RossPierrDoll with Makotzel on Garrosh, we got Bronek on Chromie, Whitey on Blaze, Balor on Suljin, and Zamek is playing Rhaegar. Suljin is fun. Honestly, a well-stacked Suljin destroying a late game is incredibly satisfying to watch. It's just so enjoyable. Doesn't really happen too much, obviously, outside of us forcing some specific draft rules, but I love that we already have him in game number 1 here. So, top side, that's where we get Blaze against Chen. The Panda is in the house. Fat Illidan says hi. Highly successful in Meta Madness as well. Also picked a lot more than actually Illidan. He's just a better melee assassin at this point. And you can have a beer with him, which is obviously a plus too. Illidan, you know, is a little bit negative. People don't want to hang out and have a drink with someone that is just like all negative all the time and just a little bit of a killjoy. Bit of a bore there too. So, that's just what it is. But either way, with that, we now have all the way up at the top. Blaze going up against Chen, still trying to push this one out. And you have the wave. I don't think anything is going to happen over there unless we have somebody rotating over there. Could be Brightwing helping out a little bit. But yeah, we'll see. Next big attack coming here down at the bottom as they are really firing as much as they can. Chromie in particular from a distance is just getting one shot in after another. And is starting to destroy those towers from a distance. That's one of the reasons why the blue team is so desperate, trying to just break out and push her back here. Particularly when we have someone like Tracer make a move towards the top and they know that they have a numbers advantage at the bottom of the map, they can really make some plays. And Tracer is actually assisting Chen, so they are outnumbering Blaze when he's back on lane. Blaze moved down to the bottom so they could safely take the camp, but now that there's 2 blue team heroes at the top, they can do the same thing here. The problem that they have is simply that down at the bottom of the map, they're already pushing. Oh my god. Garrosh just tanked the entire combo from Liming and was immediately attacked there. So, at the top, what we're also getting is a 2 versus 2 fight. Even with Rhaegar, it's not possible for them to take this, since Brightwing can always jump in. That's the advantage of having a global there. But another quick heal is coming, and Chen is still able with Brightwing and the rest of the team to take down Blaze. So, first blood for the Cats, showing their claws early today. 6 stacks for Suljin. And the thing with Suljin is obviously that you want to go for your quest rewards as quickly as you possibly can. Once that you have 15, that range increase is already kind of nice. And then afterwards, when you're getting the double swing, if you're opting for the Arcanite access on level 7 in particular, you can really start to work the numbers if you complete your baseline fast. So one of the things that we got to do pretty quickly there. But yeah, either way, we got, for now at least, the first objective coming in. Suljin shouldn't really be able to have too much of an impact there just yet, but as the game continues, he's going to become more and more powerful and more important for the team here. But he is still the range damage dealer that they're going to use the most against this. As is, though, the teams are still both trying to fight this one out, and Liming is awesome because she can just unleash combo after combo, and you don't really have a lot of options if you're playing against Liming here. You can either let the combo through and hit the Immortal, then she's slowly whittling that hit point pool down, or you can tank it with one of your heroes, and you might lose enough hit points for someone else to jump in and try and get the kill. Particularly Tracer, of course, comes to mind. Yeah, one of the reasons why they drafted her in this scenario. Yeah, Garrosh gets out. Good for him. Able to escape. And wow, that was clutch. They're even doing more damage down here. Suljin, though, gets caught by Diablo and murdered. 10 stacks for him, and to the day, still the best way to shut down Suljin's stacking is by simply killing him. Better than blinds, better than stuns, better than anything. Just kill the guy. So, 2 kills to 0. Blue team already off to a good start here. And oof, Diablo gets punished for his sins. He killed Suljin, so yeah, we kill you. And Suljin is back. You want axe? We want a lot of axe. We want a ton of axe. And well, we're getting some axe. So Suljin already dropping low again and needs a heal or two. But they're trying to go for Soaking here, who might have gone a little bit too deep. And that was just too perfect. Soaking getting killed because he jumps through the tower range and gets murdered. And they win the Immortal by 400 hit points. Guys, check this one out. That one was amazing. I think I clipped it just in the right moment, but yeah, so he jumps and then one tower shot is like BAM! Oh, damn. Too damn good. That was spectacular. It was a little bit sad for him. He gets a sad trombone for that too. That was a bit of a sad one. Now the cats, he died for a good cause. He distracted the opponent long enough for them to get the objective. With a small shield, so it's not like they could get a fort out of it. But still, fairly nice attempt at an escape. They go for Diablo again, and Dibbles is still alive. Brightwing saves the day. Or does he? Does she? Because, no, they might have been able to get a kill. Captain Rex is just looking for resets here. Coming in with one attack after another, looking for some nice kills, bit of reset action. And yeah, as Blaze is trying to go down to the bottom of the map to stop Chen from wrecking that bot lane wall and forward, we have Tracer stopping him very quickly, forcing him to actually tap, and Drakia is still figuring it out here. So, even more damage done and forcing him back further. So, very nicely played. Garrosh alive, and he gets out of it. Nice. Makotzla has been doing an absolutely stellar job of just like threading the line here. He's been able to just play perfectly, but he can still survive through all of this. And we can't say the same thing about Diablo, who now died again. And also is being used as a pincushion by Suljin. Yep, they're going for the next kill here against Liming, so that's another hero down. And Suljin is all of a sudden at 24 stacks. So not only does he have the range increase, but he is getting those attacks in quickly. Went for Ferocity as his level 7 choice on the other hand, which means that we don't get to see Arcanite access. So the level 30, well, not the level 30. The 30 stacks is still going to unleash some of his power, but not enough. Blaze gets killed by Tracer at the bottom of the map as they are going 2-on-1 against him. Bronick is now starting to take over, but it still looks very much so like the Cats are going to be able to get the first fort of the game, and both teams now have level 10 abilities. So, Cats still in the driver's seat, despite the fact that both teams now have 4 kills and level 10. Cats still doing well. And what the hell did D pick? What? Nope. Combustion? Eh? Did he fat finger or what is going on here? Okay. I mean, I give him the benefit of the doubt here and say that he just fat fingered the ult, but that is pretty rough. I haven't seen a combustion play in an eternity. At least not in what I would consider to be a serious tournament. So, yeah. They go for a quick kill on Chen, but Tracer's also damned. Oof. And Suljin is just stacking the numbers. Damn, Fryson. That's 30. So, we have a combustion pick by RossPierrDoll, and Suljin is just shredding things. I mean, honestly, they might still be able to win this one. If they can just get Suljin more stacked as is already and get him to the late game where he has his level 20, that is going to be big. Right now, we get them with their first objective, so this is the second one in the game overall, and they're able to take it down. 10%, 15%, 20%, yeah, I'll be generous here, 20% shield. 20% and the chance to break down the top side fort. And Suljin, let's take a look at it. He's at 26,000 damage. There's not top damage in the game yet. Chromie is still ahead of him. But if he keeps it up, there is a chance that they can take that out. So, 7 kills to 4, and they should be able to get that fort. Yeah, Suljin is again doing his thing. eyeing Diablo all the time, trying to get the stacks there, staying as far away as you possibly can, while still stacking. And that's the problem that you have just in general. You need to get somebody towards the front. But that also means that Suljin gets more stacks, gets more hits, and he's already doing exactly that against Tracer. And obviously, the more auto attack damage Suljin does, the more Tracer hates him. That's just the reality of it. That didn't really work out for them either. Diablo survived, but Suljin is getting free stacks all day, every day. And look how he already boosted his damage. He's at 35,000. He's overtaken Chromie. He's top damage in the game now and has in total 35 stacks on the auto attack. And all of this is just going to get better and better for him. So RossPierrDoll is in a very interesting situation right now. They're in a spot where if they can just keep Suljin stacking up, he is going to demolish not only Diablo but also Chen. And Tracer, more importantly. So unless they're getting quick dives onto Suljin and can take him down like that, it's gonna be rough. Suljin again, there's a taunt, and well, they go for soaking, and that is 3 stacks. Stack, 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 stack. Combustion is being used. I mean, value, not. But there's level 13 for both teams now. 38 stacks for Sol. Yeah, he's gonna have a fun game. He's gonna have a fun game. It's not a record that he's breaking or anything, but he is gonna be able to do a lot against Diablo and against Chen. And he's also gonna get the stacks together. We're 10 minutes in. He has a significant amount of damage on auto attacks. Tracer's going to hate this as the game continues, and so will the frontliners. So yeah, this is gonna get difficult very, very quickly. The cats need to find an answer. Because currently they don't have one. Currently they just don't have an answer for this. And when level 20 hits, if it hits, then it's gonna be made worse simply because his ult is so much more powerful then. But Diablo is already dead. If Li Ming can get quick kills against him and just like unloads all of her burst damage within a second, then maybe she can take Suljin out before he has a chance to get the ult. Besides that, I mean, Brightwing moving in, getting a quick poly going. There are a couple of options and things that they can definitely try and do here, but it's not going to be easy to say the least. And just look at the damage that he's getting out against the Immortal now as well. 40,000 damage against heroes. We have him around 40 stacks now. So yeah, he is doing exceptionally well. I think it has to be Li Ming that comes in with a good combo. Li Ming could be the kryptonite here, but she has not been able to land any of these combos spot on. Maybe now? There it is. There it is. That's the play. Brightwing with the poly. I just called it a second ago. And then the burst damage. It takes Suljin down. He has no chance to use his ult. Rhaegar is a second too late with the Ancestral. Once again, can't even blame him for it. The execution from the blue team is just so much better now all of a sudden. So they get 2 kills, and that's exactly what they needed. They really, really needed these kills. They're slightly at an experience now, even though they're still trailing in kills. But that was exactly what was necessary from them. A chance to win the objective? Maybe, maybe not. Suljin is already back. Chromie will be in 10 seconds. They're defending the top, they're defending at the bottom of the map. But they should be in a position where they can still fight for this. Halftime show has already happened, obviously. So now they go for the Immortal, but Suljin can move in and does. Chen is still getting attacked down here. And yep, they're trying to make their play. And they will win this. They gotta defend. Blue team has to defend. And I think they might be a bit too late to the party. They could get a kill, but they're not winning this objective anymore. The Immortal is gone. Rhaegar is eliminated. That's big. Can they go for Suljin? Yeah, but they're not getting a kill. They might get him. They might get him. They will get him. But he got a couple of additional hits in. And the first and foremost, the important thing was to take down the Immortal. The problem is they're losing too many heroes. If they just lose 1 or 2 heroes, but they win the Immortal, then it's totally fine. But right now, they lost everyone with the exception of Chromie. So the keep is totally vulnerable. And yeah, they might lose their own fort to the Immortal, but who cares? If you can trade a fort for a keep, you're going to do that any day of the week. So they lost too much. Initially, it was worth it, and then they just lost way too much. Let the kill it begin is in, and the fort falls, but they still lost their keep. Yeah, well, you know what would have been nice? A bunker. A bunker would have been pretty nice in that fight. The good news for Chromie is that she was able to at least get the... I mean, she at least was able to get top damage again, right? Because Suljin died early. Oh, shut up! That's all that you deserve. 10 kills to 8. We got 1 level advantage now for the cats. It's a bit of a back and forth game that we're seeing here. Suljin is still dangerous, but if they sync it up the way they did it in the last fight, good things will happen for the cats. Yeah. Tracer's down at the bottom of the map. They got a camp there, but they're sieging up with the catapults at the top now. Okay. 48 stacks for Suljin. Play is now moving in from the side here too. Brightwing still at the bottom. That's the beauty of having a global in the game. Can still try and soak some experience here. The event is already hearthing out though. So yeah, they're starting to defend. Everybody's just waiting for the next objective. There's no chance for the blue team to get level 20 with the next objective. I mean, unless it's super drawn out. But not as the objective spawns. So they are willing to just wait for that. And then take the fight there. We got also the Ricochet in. Tracer on level 13 went into Jumper. And Suljin hasn't been able to put a 16 to the test in any of these situations here yet either. But camps are being taken. They might be... No, they're just in time for the camp. Soaking, if they could get Chen in again. Might even have to go. He might have to kick it up. There's the taunt, and he gets murdered. Gets caught and killed. Was relying too heavily on his ult to get him out of trouble. Used it too late, and then with Garrosh just absolutely locking him down in place. That's a side laner gone. That's disastrous. It was a perfect kill for RossPierrDoll for this objective. I mean, it doesn't really get much better than that. And for the cats, it was disastrous. This just can't happen there. Not with that timing. So it's a freebie on the halftime show. Might even be a free objective. This is about as good as it gets. It just flanked him perfectly. And I think Chen was just a bit too greedy there. It seemed like he was trying to save his ult. I mean, fair enough. But in this case, safe play would have probably been the better option. Hindsight being 20/20 as usual, obviously. But the attack keeps coming. And it's Diablo that goes down too. He had his souls together at least, but the objective is obviously lost. It's a mad shield that we're talking about. Big, big shield for them now. And a great opportunity to take a keep down. And it's also happening down at the bottom of the map, which is of course important. Top side, that keep has also taken some serious damage already. But they are just moving down to the bottom of the map, trying to take that wall down before the objective even comes in. The only thing that they really have to make sure that it doesn't happen is that they lose a hero now for no reason. This is a little bit worrisome, but it should be fine. Might lose a few hit points depending on the catapults on the core. Combustion with 0 value. Zoning value maybe. Oh damn, Suljin using his ult here. He's playing it safe, so he survives this. But yeah, zoned them out a bit. Brightwing is dead. Yep, and that is trouble. So they're trying to go for Suljin. They know that he doesn't have an ult anymore. He gets killed. 59 stacks. The keep is gonna get destroyed, so that's the good news. But now they have to also try and get back out of this one. With Brightwing gone, there's at least no heal. That means that they have a chance to take Chen down again. Should be able to easily make that happen. Chen is gone. The keep is eliminated. This could have been worse, though. I mean, he could have technically tried to make a play for the core here, too. That doesn't happen. Oh, actually, they're not done with it yet, as it seems. It's a 4 versus 3 right now, but I don't see them pushing in too heavily for this. We got the flash fire, and what I find a bit disturbing... Oh, they really want to fight this one. And they could get a kill. Nope. And that is Blaze gone. Goodbye, Chromie. Goodbye, Rega. And goodbye, Garrosh. Yep, that's about as bad as it gets. 5-man team wipe. Just as it looked like they might have the upper hand. So now the attack is coming over here at the keep, trying to take this one out as well. Big fight, obviously, the last one. And now they're trying to end the game as they're moving over to the right side. Suljin is back, but he went for Forest Medicine. I mean, honestly, I think the 20 upgrade is just so damn strong in a situation like this. It's just too good. He is defending, though. They're not going to be able to end this, are they? 20 seconds? He has the damage output. If he just keeps himself alive long enough... Yeah, Diablo is in trouble. The core is definitely going to take hits. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, okay. Ult is in. Gets some hits. And he doesn't get a kill. Yeah, the death timers are too long. Well, nicely done. You gotta give it to the Cats. They took the opportunity that they had. It wasn't a big chance, but it was the only one that they got, and they were able to pull it off. A bit unfortunate for RossPierrDoll. I think they had it in the back there, but it is a victory for the blue team. They take the first map in the best-of-3 series and take the lead against RossPierrDoll here at the first qualifier for the Banshee Cup.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Tomb of the Spider Queen. The Cats able to take the core down, and I don't think RossPierrDoll is going to be too happy about it. Also, I was asked to make an announcement. It was a misclick. Combustion is still a shit talent, you still shouldn't take it, it is trash, it is garbage, and it is useless. Obviously always in comparison with the alternative, which is a Bunker. And I was asked, like, don't make too much fun of him, he actually misclicked. And I was like, yeah, I already assumed so. And I already said exactly that during the game. But yes, we have confirmation now, obviously. So, yes, it was indeed a misclick. Bit unlucky for them. I think if they had Bunker, it would have been so much better for them, and they might have been able to get out of some of these situations without dying, but they got super close on winning the game. The Cats, on the other hand, once they had an opportunity, they just like jumped on it and took it. So, yeah, very nicely done. They are the one in the lead now, and we are heading into game number 2. So, Tomb of the Spider Queen, whoever wins here. Actually, it's not quite true. Whoever wins the series is going to the winner bracket final. The loser is dropping down into the lower bracket and still has a chance to make it to the grand final. So, yeah, we'll see if RossPierrDoll brings it back, forces game number 3, or what we're going to get here. But at least for now, it should be a fun one. I love Tomb of the Spider Queen. It's a map where you normally have a lot of fights happening. There's a lot of action going on there, just simply because of the fact that the map is rather small. And you always have to be in the middle, trying to pay attention to the turn-in points, trying to pay attention also to what your opponent does around the boss, around the bottom siege giants, and so on and so forth. Quick reminder, the 10 heroes that were played cannot be played again. No pre-bans, but you can only play a hero once. Not having a big impact on the meta, makes it just easier for us. We got Jojo as the first... That doesn't really surprise. Jojo on Tomb of the Spider Queen is absolutely amazing. She's fantastic. She brings the wave clear. She is a fantastic frontliner on any map. But here she gains extra value because she is so good at clearing waves as well. And on Tomb of the Spider Queen, wave clear always reigns supreme. So that's really what you want to have there. We get Hanzo. We get a Nubarak. Hanzo alone grants you vision and also is able to just like... YOLO out a couple of arrows and really annoy the opponent time and time again. Interrupting channels as you're trying to turn your gems in and so on. Sylvanas, the Banshee Queen. A whole tournament named after her, and we see her again in game number 2 together with Lucio. So it will empower their rotations between lanes as they can speed them up with Lucio. And then we got Sylvanas on top of that to try to out-rotate the opponent a little bit and take some structures down. Get her also for the Web Weaver pushes that they obviously are hoping for. But I still want to see what we get as a support for the Cats. Maybe even Stukov. Has Urel been played in game number 1? No. So you could go Urel and Nubarak, you could go Nubarak Stukov. So there's a couple of actually pretty cool comps that they could unleash now, depending on what gets banned by the red team. But yep, there's definitely a couple of opportunities for them now here. Anduin, first one to get banned away. And Nubarak can dive in with a light bomb. You can use the trade, pull him out when he's in trouble. But that still opens up really nice combos with Nubarak here. Stukov, by the way, has already been banned, so I don't know what I'm talking about here. But yes, he would have, of course, been a fantastic addition. But he was banned in the first position already. Totally blanking on that here. But here comes Urel, as expected. And we get Malfurion. So you don't get the lurking arm after you go for an engage, but you at least get the root. Malfurion can lay down the lawn. And, well, we have Soaking to jump in together with the Nubarak and really wreak havoc in the opponent's team. With the final 2 picks now coming in. And again, RossPierrDoll has to win 2 in a row now. After losing on Battlefield of Eternity, this is a chance to bring it back for game number 3. But they need a side laner still. A bit more damage wouldn't hurt either. Kerrigan and Leoric. Alright, they're going a bit more aggressive. Kerrigan, okay, let's see if they can actually pull that one off. They got a couple of really nice tools here. Question is just simply if this is going to be enough for them. Because on the other side, you got Urel. She can really stop Kerrigan in her tracks with decent play. And we still have our final pick, Captain Rex. So triple front line if you want to. Could add an additional stun here. More likely that they're going to go for some more damage. Junkrat obviously been banned out earlier, but there's a couple of mages and others around that you can still go for. And it is mage time as expected. Jaina is in. That finishes out a draft for map number 2. And without further ado, everybody, we're going to jump into Tomb of the Spider Queen for our second map between RossPierrDoll and the Cats. Cats 1, RossPierrDoll 0. The chance for the red team to bring it back and force game number 3 as we're heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen. On the left side, we have Drakia. On Anubarak, we got Deviant on Malfurion. Soaking is playing Urel for the blue team, Irath on Hanzo, and Captain Rex on Jaina. To the right side of the map, it's RossPierrDoll, the Polish team, with Makotzel on Joanna. Zeomek is playing Kerrigan. We got Bala on Sylvanas, Winey on Leoric, and Bronek is playing Lucio. So, no misclicks this time, hopefully for them. But yeah, it happens. Obviously, most of these players are picking their talents by hotkey combos, quick picking stuff, and sometimes you just like fat finger a button, or you are just like in your head on the wrong hero or something. Force of habit, muscle memory, and then all of a sudden it's like, damn, picked the wrong one. So yeah, most of these guys are obviously not using their mouse to pick talents. And in this case, it kind of backfired. Not quite sure if it lost them the game, but suffice it to say that currently they are behind. But they're doing their best in game number 2 to get a good start. And they take down Anubarak. So, Anub already gone. And, well, in addition to that, we have them rotating over towards the top, the blue team. A little bit passive right now. Have to wait for Anubarak to come back. They also shifted this a little bit, so it's actually Drake on Anubarak right now. He's playing on the front line as the tank and had a bit of a rude awakening into his first game. So, yeah, bit unfortunate for him, I'd say. Didn't really go too well for him in that situation. But that said, always bring it back here. Level 1, Lingering Chill. And down to the bottom of the map, our 1-on-1 lane is done with Soaking going up against Leoric. So, who takes it here? Sylvanas, a big asset. Kerrigan, of course. She can be a curse, a blessing or a curse. If you have a good Kerrigan player and things are going well for you, then you basically dominate the game. You force the engages that you want, and you use her as an absolute CC tool against the opponent to set up kills, and she is just destroying teams. But if things go not so well, then every engage that she makes is very quickly met by a response, and then you could find yourself in more trouble than you bargained for. Particularly with Cocoon as an option after level 10, Jaina also with, hopefully for her, an early ice block and some burst damage. There's a few tools that they can use against Kerrigan or just simply against Kerrigan engages. Get somebody else on the opponent's team and play around them. Urel already in some trouble, and is Jojo gonna be the one to take her down? Clutch! Soaking made it out, but I think he was a bit shocked when he tried to jump out there and moved immediately into Johanna. Probably thought at this point that he already escaped, but didn't die, so all good in the hood. It forced them back a bit, and they gave up space at the bottom of the map that was used by the red team to get the first set of Siege Giants. Now, Anubarak is still trying to interrupt these rotations a bit. Misses the stun though. But they have their camp still pushing. Can't really do anything on this. But yeah. In the meantime, what we're getting fairly quickly is Urel still dealing with the bot lane, dealing with the Siege Giants. Obviously a fantastic hero for that, can always push the Siege Giants into range of the towers if you need to. In this case, not even a problem for her. Only a single kill so far, but the blue team is really positioning themselves super aggressive in the middle of the map. Definitely looking for a chance to force a bit of a fight on their terms. And they're turning also the side laner gems in, which is pretty important here. 19 against 30 turned in, since RossPierrDoll used the opportunity to go to the top turning point and do their thing there. Jaina not too happy probably with the progress on her baseline. You want to complete that quest as quickly as you can. That ice block is super important if you're going up against that setup. And the tomb can hit you, stun combo from Kerrigan, blessed shield, I mean whatever it is, you really want some survivability. And the amount of CC that we're getting from RossPierrDoll is pretty big. There's plays against it, but one of the biggest assets in her arsenal will be that ice block if she gets it. And currently she's pretty far away from it. And Captain Rex holds 25 gems, but the red team is the first one to turn in the Web Weavers. So currently everything is going well for RossPierrDoll. They got the first kill, they got the first Web Weaver wave, they can now try and see how much damage they can possibly do with that. And since Jaina is one that still holds 25 gems, just imagine if they can take her down. That would be the dream. Big push at the bottom of the map, it's Sylvanas. You want to push in with Sylvanas, you want to do your thing, and hope to destroy a fort with the first objective. Jaina's very quickly burning down the top lane, which was of course to be expected. But down here at the bottom, Anubarak has to dive out. Hirath is doing his best with Hanzo to poke this, but it's always a Sylvanas factor. Now they're taking this out as best as they can, but they're already being pushed past the fort, and it looks more and more like that structure is going to fall. Jaina is done at the top, Yrel is done in the middle, they're now starting to rotate back down, but they're a bit too late to the party since Leoric has already arrived, and they can say goodbye to that fort. So, kinda unlucky for them. Very nice though for RossPierrDoll. Polish team with a really good first objective. Seems like Kerrigan might not make it. Jukes every single stun. Jukes everything and finally gets killed, but Malfurion is also gone. Malf down, Lucio gets eliminated, Yrel jumps in again, and damn, Johanna is dead too. There's gems all over the place now. Another stun, and oh boy, 5-man team wipe. Everybody dead, and that is the kind of play that the Cats needed. 5 heroes destroyed, they nearly have level 10, and now they can literally go for whatever they want. Huge fight. Absolutely massive battle. Malfurion is the only one that they lost, and they destroyed the entire team. They get their turn in, they get the Siege Giants, they have level 10. For defense, RossPierrDoll should be able to get down, but yeah, this was of course spectacular. Now the defense is still there, but just taking the gems away from the red team is already a big W. So we're gonna get heroic abilities for RossPierrDoll in a moment. Kerrigan is down at the bottom of the map. There's also a lot of stacks, obviously, a lot of points towards the quest reward for Jaina. Yeah, but can they take a fort down? That's one of the bigger questions here right now, and I honestly don't really think so. It looked like this push would be way more impactful than it actually is. They didn't have a talent advantage as the push actually started, and beforehand they went for the Siege Giants. Honestly wondering if it would have been better for them to just attack the bot lane fort, yeah, disregarding everything else. Another fight down here, and Kerrigan is dead again, so this is it again. That problem with Kerrigan. They go for Leon, they take him down too. That leaves Lucio, who got quickly cocooned. But with the help of Johanna, oh no! Yeah, he's dead too. That's another triple kill. 3 heroes eliminated again. They are not doing a whole lot of structural damage, but they're at least able to get heroes destroyed. That leaves them with a 1-level lead. And they're even jumping in with Soaking, moving past the gate, so they can destroy that. But generally speaking, the first Web Weaver wave for them was pretty bad. Didn't really do anything. The kills that they got thanks to it, though, that's a different story. They really empower them now, and even with the low death timers, they are able to do a lot here. They also have tons of gems that they still can turn in, and that's exactly what they're about to do. So that's another Web Weaver wave that's in the cards for them. If they move that with level 13, then there's another big chance. And to talk about Jaina for a moment, she's now sitting at 10,000 damage for her baseline quest, so that's not too bad either. All of a sudden, it seems like we're going to get that ice block a lot faster than expected. If anything, I'm a bit shocked that they didn't already turn in. You got 47 gems. They definitely have the gems they need. But now with Dracula, they're going for it. And that's going to be the next Web Weaver wave. So yeah, we're off to the races for sure. They're diving in again. You don't want to lose a hero here right now, so they got to be a bit careful. Arrow is missing. Cocoon is out already. So they're still chasing them here. They still want that fight. And Lucio is dead immediately. Malfurion is also gone. Both of the supports are dead. Leo is about to fall. Ult from Urel as she has to escape. But they're going for Karrigan again, and she doesn't make it. And neither do Sylvanas and Jojo. Another 5-man team wipe. And this time it's going to hurt them a lot more, because now it's Web Weaver time. They're going to lose 2 forts here. This is disastrous. Absolutely disastrous. This is about as bad as it gets. 13 kills to 3. They're getting absolutely demolished. RossPierrDoll is in real trouble. They lose the fort in the middle. Up at the top lane, you can guess what's happening here. They're going to lose this one as well. And with Urel now starting to attack the bottom of the map, the entire outer ring of defense is going to be gone. Every single fort is going to get destroyed here. And the blue team isn't even stopping there. In addition to that, they're moving into the middle, taking a tower down, taking a side wall out. So this is prepping them for later in the game already. They're just in such a stellar spot. 2 levels ahead easily, even more than that. They have to be a bit more careful now. That's 13 versus 13 talents, but yes, that is a big advantage they're running. And they're obviously reading the map. They see everybody defending the top side, so they're moving down to the bottom of the map, and they're starting to attack the wall here. It will allow them to take one of the towers and the gate down, maybe even the entire thing. And that's all they got to do for now. They're having a huge boost in passive experience gain from here on out. They just need to make sure they're not taking a fight before they are level 16. And they have 63 gems. They have 63 gems, and everything was lost for RossPierrDoll. They didn't have a single hero standing anymore. 21,000 damage for Sylvanas, and just look over to what we're seeing from Hanzo. 42k! He's doubling it. Hanzo is just doubling the damage output. They go again into the choke point. They steal the camp. Oh my god, holy shit. Sylvanas is just running. Everybody's trying to go for the French defense. They're running as fast as they can, but they're not making it either. We have all of them dying. This is the 3rd 5-man team wipe. The 3rd time they're getting wiped. The 3rd time they're losing every single hero. Ridiculous. 18 kills to 3. And the cats are on their way to victory. They want to go for core here. They got 7 seconds before Sylvanas is back. I'm not even sure I would have done it or simply gone for the keep instead. I mean, they're most like... I would not risk it, honestly. Why risk it? I would have gone for the keep. Might be boring playing it to save, but the death timers this early in the game are just too low. And you don't want to get wiped here. If you get wiped all of a sudden trying to go for the core, then everything that you worked for is pretty much gone. So instead of destroying a second keep, they got the core to 74%. It's not too bad either. I mean, again, they have enough gems for another turn in, so it's not like they're struggling. But with this many gems, you definitely want to fall back, get another turn in, and then go for the next blow. So here we are. They still have a talent advantage. They're nearly 3 levels ahead right now. So yeah, they're gonna try 4 game. Can push through the middle. Take, for example, very quickly the minion wave out. Let the web weavers push for the keeps. Threaten the core. And then the keeps will fall in the meantime. This should be the death blow. If RossPierrDoll can somehow save this, then they have a chance to bring the game back. But for that to happen, they need very, very quick kills. And I do not see it. But who knows? Maybe they're unleashing a beautiful combo with Karrigan, Sylvanas, and Jojo and can get the damage in. Currently, I'm still waiting for it. Arrow comes in, gets a double connect for a nice stun here. Web Weavers all the way down at the bottom of the map. And Sylvanas jumping in super aggressive, but immediately the tranquility from Malfurion. The keep in the middle is going to fall. They isolated Sylvanas. Don't even have to go for her just now. She's the main damage dealer as well on the red team side, so they're missing her currently in this fight as Karrigan gets attacked, uses the Chrysalis, but one keep is down. The one at the top gets attacked. Karrigan has already fallen. At the same time, they're going for Johanna. Sylvanas dies in the back, and now the core is just down to the shields and the few hit points that are left for it. Markotzel struggling. The core is getting murdered. Everybody is dead or dying on the red team side, and RossPierrDoll is going to lose this series. We're gonna see the Cats move on to the winner bracket final. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead here. The winner bracket final of qualifier number 1. Job well done. They lock in the W on Tomb of the Spider Queen. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.